Hi, it's Wesley, and Merry Christmas. It's Christmas Eve, 2021. I had to think about that, honestly. We are in the Ochlockonee River in Florida. Beautiful panacea on our tried and true, and that's my little buddy, our mascot, Leo. We are loaded with all kind of stuff, different motors to test. I got a brand new motor. I've got, I don't know how to say it, H-A-S-E something. I'll have to get that and post it later on the description below. I don't know. It's Chinese. Well, anyway, this is a 65-pound thrust motor, and this canoe loaded down with all sorts of stuff and people in it can never use 65 pounds of thrust. I'll turn it up. This is full blast. It does make a little noise. It looks like the motor is cavitating a little bit. I'm going to pull it down. Hi, Leo. So at this speed, it looks like we're doing about 4 knots. This boat likes to do 4 knots. Knots, miles per hour, about there. And I like the fact that this tilts up, because when I have the decking in the middle and I have the tent here, this isn't sticking into the tent. I can just reach outside. The little tent has a hole here so that I can reach outside. And if it was inclement weather, I could, or if it was just a lot of bugs, I could zip myself into the tent, and with an extension on here, I can steer the boat from inside the tent like a pilot house. That's just going to be crazy cool. Anyway, this motor is a brushless motor. Now, brushless motors are more efficient because there's no brushes touching. That makes it less friction, and therefore it is more efficient. I don't know how much more I'm going to get with this motor than I would with the 55-pound Newport Vessels engine that we tried, electric motor. But I gotta say, a little drawback to this Haswing 65 is it's a little noisier than the Newport Vessels and the Motor Guide electric. They're both brushed motors. I thought that a brushless motor would be quieter. It's not. It has a little. Now, granted, it's not a gas motor. Gas motors are annoying. I have one. You've seen me, probably not on this boat, but with others. I'm not a fan of gas motors on boats like this. I'm a big motorhead. I like to go fast. I jump on a motorcycle. I want to go 150 miles an hour. When I get on a boat like this, I just want to go. And 4 miles an hour, or 5 miles an hour top, that's all I really want. A boat like this, now the Expandacraft Outrigger, completely changes what you can do with a canoe. This canoe I got, as those of you who've been following us, if you're not following us, you need to subscribe and check out the build that we did, and you need to subscribe so that you can see future builds that we're going to do. I'm going to show you how to build the rudder that I'm using here on the back of a pointy back canoe instead of the square stern canoes. The square stern canoes are where you can put a motor on it, but they're less efficient through the water. This, I'm getting the best of both worlds. Super efficient electric motor, super efficient pointy. Where'd I go?
Sorry.
That's all right. Hey, it's Christmas Eve. We're having a fun time on the boat. So That's all right. We're still going to just go with this. Anyhow, Expandacraft allows you to breathe in new life to an old canoe. And that's what this is. It's an old plastic canoe I got for a little bit of money. I put the Expandacraft Outriggers on here. And you can do things with this that you can't do with a pontoon boat or a bass boat. You can't go in 3 inches of water with a pontoon boat. This you can. You can't drop top and go under a low bridge with a pontoon boat. You can't put a pontoon boat on your roof rack. You can disassemble this in about 10 minutes. Click, bang, boom, roof rack, and still tow your camper trailer. Is what I do. So this entire rig goes on my roof rack, out of the way. And then I still have the bed of the truck that I can put other stuff. Because when I go camping, brother, I got stuff. Well, anyway, this is not bad. This Haswing, I don't know how to say it. It's Chinese. I'll put a description, maybe a link underneath. And this is the first test, so when I'm done with this test, I'll give a review as to whether it performed properly. I can tell you what, though, the power is great. One thing about it is instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it has a progressive throttle. So you can go in tiny little increments up and down. I do like that. You get it just exactly what you need for the hull speed that your boat has. One thing about motors, I know I'm getting a little long here, but you know, it's Christmas Eve, it's beautiful. I wanted to say this. A lot of folks want to put a lot of power. Why don't we put a 10 horse, a 15 or 20 horse motor? If you take a planing hull boat and put power on it, yeah, you can go faster. But with a canoe or a kayak with outriggers, you're not going to go any faster. You're just going to make a lot more noise, and you're going to cause the stern to squat, and you're going to make more wake behind you, but you'll never escape the hull speed. Google hull speed. There's Bernini's principle. You've got to check into the length of your boat, and if it's a displacement boat, you're just not going to go 20 miles an hour, 30 miles an hour in a canoe. It's just ridiculous. Not to mention, it's just a lot more money and a lot more noise to try and go a little bit faster. This 65-pound thrust motor is too much motor for this canoe with outrigger, even though it's fully loaded. Because when I turn it all the way up, it makes a lot more noise, go a little bit faster. And I mean, we're only talking about 1.5 miles extra for full throttle, which cuts your distance that you can travel by, I don't know what percentage. I'm not going to speculate, but I know that at this speed, this hull is really, really efficient, and I can go quite a long ways with one battery. I carry 2 because I can. With a rig like this, got plenty of volume. Expandacraft.com. Don't forget to follow us and make a comment. Tell me what you think about Expandacraft and the Outrigger kit, and also share some stories. If you have an Expandacraft, share pictures. We'd love to see pictures of client-built boats. Expandacraft.